fucking car to drive. And you talking shit about me? Shut the up. Y'all don't even got a fucking house to wash your ass. And then you talking shit about me? Shut the up.
Even like when my children, love my children. All four of my children are adults. And I told them, listen, no more handouts. No more handouts.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter is firing back against allegations that her father cut off her financial support, forcing her to defend herself against public backlash for relying on her parents. She maintains that receiving parental assistance is nothing to be ashamed of, while claiming that Floyd's sudden decision to stop funding her is actually because he has run out of money.
Man, wouldn't you want the... I want the same thing for my son. I don't want him to ever have to work. Why does that bother so much? And why is that always being thrown in my face like that's such a bad thing? That's not a bad thing.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently discussed his parenting approach during a podcast interview, revealing that he will no longer hand out cash to his children on demand. He explained that his primary goal is to push his children toward true financial independence instead of living off his immense fortune and accomplishment.
Money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, from here on out, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same.
Following reports that Floyd ended her monthly allowance, Yaya Mayweather sparked online debate by stating she wants to experience a traditional 9-to-5 job. However, skeptical critics quickly question whether she could actually handle the pressures of a normal workplace given her lifelong luxury and upbringing.
Story about Yaya Mayweather, right? So Yaya Mayweather is the daughter of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Obviously, Floyd Mayweather, a world-time iconic boxer, made $1 billion in his lifetime. Money Team. I seen her and I was kind of torn. At first, everybody was like going at her, ha, oh my God, y'all going broke. But I'm like,
never.
You know, I wasn't really mad at what she was saying. So basically, she was saying, lately, I've been bored. So bored, I was thinking about getting a job just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun.
Now, for full context, she's been rich her whole life.
Oh, yeah, she's a Nepo baby. She's
a Nepo.
She is the example of what it looks like to just only know lavish, only know luxury, only know the finest of the finest.
And then her dad is Floyd, so all he do is, like, he got floss, he got 100 cars, he got all of this, they fly on private jets. So her whole life is luxury, and she probably has never had to struggle or had any type of adversity. She don't know, she can't relate to anybody. This is probably why she can't create no products or services to monetize her startup.
Critics have also raised serious concerns over whether Yaya Mayweather possesses genuine financial literacy despite being raised in luxury. They argue that having endless access to money does not teach someone how to manage wealth properly. Essential skills like budgeting, saving, and investing are crucial. Without them, even massive fortunes vanish rapidly. This debate highlights a widespread trend among affluent families, where a high percentage of second-generation heirs squander their inheritance due to a lack of financial discipline and an overwhelming sense of entitlement.
These little girls don't know how to do nothing. And she's sitting on I'm bored. And y'all can say, well, her daddy rich, but like, well, what if something happens to her father? Oh, we got trust funds. Okay, cool. He may have trust funds. But does she know how to budget money? Does she know how to make money? Does she know the value of money? That empire, that estate is going to be gone. And statistics show that 85% of second wealth generators from their parents go broke because they don't understand how to manage it, which means there's a few reasons. Either we spent too much time making it, we didn't have time to educate our kids on it, and so we just gave them everything. Or two, they just don't give a damn. They just entitled, spoiled.
Yaya Mayweather frequently rejects comparisons between her lifestyle and that of average citizens, claiming her personal situation is fundamentally distinct. As the daughter of legendary boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr., she was raised amidst extreme luxury, privilege, and unique opportunities. Given this background, Yaya argues that it is unfair for critics to hold her to the same behavioral expectations or financial standards as someone raised in an ordinary household.
You have to stop. Literally, y'all have to stop comparing me, and even the people that y'all comparing me to, they have to stop, okay, comparing themselves to me. Because listen, you cannot y'all have to stop comparing me to people who wear fake designer stuff, okay? Let's start there. Who wear fake designer stuff. Baby, I'm walking into designer stores, Neiman's, Saks to get my stuff. They're not. They're getting these from these little boutiques, whatever. Let's start there. Now, then we're gonna go to stop comparing me to people who rent exotic cars, foreign cars. Baby, every car I drive, best believe, is paid for. It's not rented, paid for. It's in my last name.
As Yaya defends her reliance on parental support, financial rumors surrounding Floyd have surged. According to a post by Desiree on X, Mayweather filed a major lawsuit claiming a former business associate defrauded him out of nearly $175 million. The suit alleges years of diverted funds, jewelry arrangements where $100 million in pieces was pawned for a fraction of their worth, a missing private jet, and failed real estate deals. This escalation leaves Floyd facing severe financial pressure as the legal battle deepens. The tweet added, the defense calls the lawsuit completely baseless, blaming his chaotic spending habits instead. Some analysts believe he simply squandered his fortune, while others predict this massive deficit could force him back into boxing, perhaps in an exhibition fight against Mike Tyson to generate fast capital. Regardless, after earning over $1 billion as Money Mayweather, losing this sum is a massive blow. The lawsuit asserts that former associate Jonah Recknitz systematically seized control of Floyd's financial empire while posing as a trusted wealth advisor.
Week for Floyd Mayweather, let's go. So now he has filed a $175 million lawsuit against his business partner, Jonah Recknitz. So the name should be familiar to you. He has been described as Floyd Mayweather's right-hand man for decades. Also, he has been named in several lawsuits with Floyd for them being involved in scams themselves. The lawsuits include allegations for fake exhibition fights, allegations for unpaid jet bills, unpaid jewelry, unpaid services provided. But in turn, now Floyd is suing him and saying, hey, I never saw this stuff. You have scammed me out of jewelry. You have scammed me out of money. You've scammed me out of real estate. And so this is a big, massive lawsuit, guys. What's also interesting is Floyd has had an interesting support for the Israel community. Jonah Recknitz is a member of a prominent Jewish Orthodox family. I'm curious if he's going to continue to have the same set support. I'm also curious to say if he's going to prevail in the other lawsuits. Is this a way for him to get out of it, or these false allegations again?
UFC CEO Dana White recently addressed Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legal and financial chaos, offering sympathy and stating, when somebody works as hard as he did, and amasses the type of wealth that he had, and they lose it, or it gets stolen, or whatever the deal is, it's horrible. The ongoing lawsuit highlights detailed allegations including embezzled funds, fraudulent investment schemes, illicit bank transfers, unaccounted jewelry, and the unauthorized liquidation of Mayweather's private jet.
Dominant boxers in the history of the sport, but now Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the...
Simultaneously, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is embroiled in a secondary legal battle targeting Showtime and his veteran manager, Al Heyman. The undefeated boxer accuses them of severe financial mismanagement and withholding funds stemming from major promotional fights. According to the filing, Mayweather asserts that millions of dollars were improperly diverted, mismanaged, or withheld from his career earnings over multiple business ventures.
Filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that's It's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing $340 million. So why is Floyd suing him, and what is he claiming? Well, Floyd argues that during his legendary career, where he generated $1 billion in revenue plus and pay-per-view money, a significant portion of the funds that he made through those events, through his fights, didn't make it into his hands because they were funneled through accounts controlled by his...
Former Showtime Sports president Steven Espinoza has also publicly responded to these financial misconduct allegations.
Yeah, look, I can't say too much about it. The lawyers have asked me not to, but, you know, obviously Floyd is looking for $340 million, which he, I think, supposedly discovered 10 years later is missing. I think you can tell by my tone what my thoughts are about that. And look, all I can say is, like, I'm confident in the legal process. I'm confident about, what the facts are going to show. And I look forward to this, playing out in court so everybody can see exactly what is true, and exactly what, where the money went. Because if you look at the, how my career has played out, I spent my career going back to representing both Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya. I've spent my career making sure that fighters are treated fairly and have gotten compensated fairly. And I've never done anything, but that. And I think at the administration that I ran at Showtime was one that was very fighter friendly, and I stand by that. And I know my reputation will continue to, to be that regardless.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas noted that former Showtime executive Steven Espinoza was explicitly targeted in Floyd's complaint. Atlas admitted he was never fond of Espinoza, alleging that many fighters historically lost out on full payouts during big money network deals. Atlas emphasized that industry insiders suspect Mayweather is taking legal action primarily because his unrestrained spending habits have generated extreme financial strain behind closed doors.
Know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's gonna say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it available. Where there was, there was a lot of job shortages in the business, if you will, and people are eager, of course, to fight on a platform like Showtime. If you're gonna pay them, it's a lot of fighters available, and you didn't have to be talented to put on good fights at Showtimes. Like I said, there weren't a lot of places to go. There was a lot of unemployment. There were not a million places to go and get paid. So if there was a place, boom, there was a line of people waiting to get into that.
Former ESPN commentator Jason Whitlock claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr. burned through vast amounts of capital trying to maintain relevance in celebrity culture. Whitlock suggested that Floyd's absurd spending habits directly triggered his current financial crisis, leaving him heavily in debt. He further argued that the Hall of Fame boxer may be forced out of retirement to settle massive debts and satisfy looming financial obligations.
Floyd Mayweather is an example of the stupidity of living for the culture and trying to be relatable and trying to be this incredible icon or example of, look how much money I've made. He's blown it all, and now at 49 years old, he's got to go back into the boxing ring and continue to fight because he's in a lot of debt. And this is what I was trying to make the point to Cam Newton about. This whole, I'm doing it for the culture. What has doing it for the culture ever gotten in?
Despite amassing greater career earnings than almost any fighter in history, Floyd Mayweather Jr. faces intense scrutiny regarding his current solvency after decades of reckless spending. Famous for his fleets of exotic cars, diamond jewelry, custom private jets, and mega mansions, Mayweather built his whole identity around unbridled wealth. Critics emphasize that sustaining such extreme luxury incurs immense overhead costs that can drain even hundreds of millions in profit. These escalating financial rumors demonstrate how rapidly generational wealth evaporates when spending outpaces sustainable investment, proving that without disciplined planning, even iconic fortunes inevitably collapse under pressure.
Well, money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever, like there's all these lawsuits, like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lives.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where it shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He gotta show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that like, boy, that money goes quick.
Terrence Crawford remarked that Floyd Mayweather's financial situation serves as a stark warning to rising stars globally, stating, "So it's definitely a lesson learned to these young up-and-coming athletes, not just in boxing, but across all sports, that tomorrow isn't promised. You need to make smart investments and handle your money wisely." Crawford added, "Money is a powerful tool to build wealth, but if mismanaged, it will burn you once you realize another check isn't guaranteed. You must prepare for the future," which many fail to do. Conversely, Shakur Stevenson defended Floyd, arguing that viewing Mayweather's legal troubles through an average person's lens is completely misleading. Stevenson stressed that Floyd accumulated so much career wealth that his definition of financial distress still far exceeds what ordinary people will ever see in a lifetime.
With Floyd right now, about the money issues, coming back, like what do you think about stuff like that? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I try not to get in too much that kind of stuff because, right, people could talk about, oh, Floyd broke and Floyd this. Man, even if, let's just say, coincidentally, Floyd broke. Floyd broke ain't like everybody else broke, bro. Like, Floyd broke is a different type of broke. Like, Floyd broke is our super rich at the end of the day. So, now, to see him come back fighting, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe you know what I think my thing is with Floyd? I know him. So, like, me knowing him, I know that he just loved boxing too much.
Shakur Stevenson also argued that Floyd Mayweather's ongoing participation in exhibition matches should not be interpreted as evidence of financial ruin. According to Stevenson, Floyd returns to the ring out of genuine passion for a sport that has defined his life for over 30 years. Even long after retiring from professional competition, Mayweather commands massive attention and lucrative fight purses in exhibition bouts. Stevenson maintains that Floyd's decision to keep fighting stems from a desire for entertainment, love of the game, and staying active in the ring rather than desperation for money.
Probably even won't ever say it that, like, what it is. But like me talking to him, like I done sat on the phone with Floyd for hours. And in conversation, I just realized, like, yo, this dude is just, he like in love with boxing. Like he's obsessed with boxing. So like, he probably just can't hang the gloves up. Like, he can't let it go.
He never really did.
He can't let it go.
He kept doing with the exhibitions.
Yeah.
He never really did. He'll take a break where you don't see him, but then he back in the gym. It's just crazy, like, thinking of Floyd being 50, having to go to the gym and spar 3 days a week, bro. That sounds crazy.
I mean, it look like he doing it well, though. Like, even when I watch the videos, I'm like, man, this don't look like no 50-year-old fighter to me. Like, it looked like a guy that, I ain't gonna say in his prime, but he looked like in his 40s. That's the thing.
Floyd past his prime is better than a lot of guys in their prime. That's the thing, because he just knows so much.
Too much, yes.
Been on too many big stages, so that's...
What are your thoughts on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s ongoing financial and legal battles? Drop your opinions in the comments below.